I'm David Volk, a voice of the resistance, albeit a strange and funny one. Today's post, I go in the way back machine for Who Says Parents Don't Have Any Imagination? The Driver's Ed Follies. Any 15-year-old that has ever accused their parents of lacking imagination has obviously never had the pleasure of taking a driving lesson from said parents. From the moment the driver in training backs out of the driveway to the minute they re-enter the garage, carport, driveway, home plate, asylum, Mom and Dad suddenly develop a sense of imagination only equal to that of a Jewish mother worried about the fate that will befall her young son anytime he leaves the house, even if he's in his 30s. The fun begins when the restricted driver starts the car and shifts in reverse. God forbid they should forget to look both ways in the rearview mirror and over their shoulders. You have just been rear-ended, and it's your fault, Mom will yell, even if there are no cars within miles and the driveway is at the end of a dead-end street. Out in the country. If the 15-year-old is lucky, they may get away with the light scolding and their parents' famous, "This car is a loaded gun" lecture. In most cases, however, the parent is not sympathetic and makes the poor kid get out of the car and request the imaginary victim's insurance number, license number, registration, and other important vital statistics, including how many children the victim has, so that the driver will realize the impact the accident would have had on the victim's family. Sometimes they even wanted me to ask for their mother's favorite brand of laundry detergent. I'm not sure why. At times like these, young drivers know it isn't safe to return to the car because they know that Mom or Dad will let them have both barrels, screaming from now until doomsday about the importance of looking in all directions before backing out. You never know. A UFO could fall from the heavens and squash you like a bug. Finally, after 5 or 10 minutes of screaming, the passenger quiets down and the lesson begins again as if nothing had happened. But trouble lurks around every corner, especially corners with stop signs. Stop signs should be taken literally, but not too literally. The car must come to a complete stop, or else failure to stop yields instantaneous death. Do you know what would have happened if a car had been coming? You would have had a head-on collision, Mom or Dad will yell. Obviously, they do not have much faith in their child. Unfortunately, or fortunately, they are right, but that does not help the new driver's bruised ego any. Once again, the screaming and the loaded gun lecture begins. Of course, if the driver waits too long, they are scolded for that too. Obeying speed limit signs, "You're not driving fast enough," lane changes, and passing other cars is always fun with an uptight parent in the car, but Mom and Dad usually save the best for last. Parking. The licensed driver never fails to tell the youth behind the wheel to pick a parking space in the back 40 of the local shopping center so that they will have enough room to maneuver without having to worry about running into another car. First, the parent has the driver approach the parking space with extreme caution so as to stay within the lines of the space. Then comes the even better part, backing out of the space. Slowly, carefully, almost painstakingly, the youth shifts the car in reverse and backs out at a snail's pace. If they were going any more slowly, they would be standing still. Despite all this care, the inevitable happens if even one part of one of the tires crosses the painted line. "Get out of the car! Get out of the car!" Dad orders, "and take out a pencil and a piece of paper." Don't ask why. The answer is obvious. The 15-year-old just hit the imaginary car parked next to him and now must leave a note on the windshield of the non-existent vehicle. Parallel parking between two non-existent cars is twice as much fun because then the poor student has to worry about hitting one car on the way in, another on the way out, and a third sideswiping them because they didn't look for traffic in their lane. And who said parents don't have any imagination? I'm David Volk, a voice of the resistance, albeit a strange and parental one.